Okay, and welcome. This is Coach Luca, the Reflective Coach podcast, with another basic technical exercise. This is one that I done with an under 11s group earlier tonight, and I just spent more time working on their technical passing ability, and I adapted from the original session plan and idea that I had. But this turned into a real good technical exercise with good challenges. It was a real good test for the players, plenty of opportunity for unopposed work, and great to really develop the technical ability of players away from SSG, and to allow them to have that freedom to learn and make those mistakes. So this is a technical exercise based around passing and control, looking at the technical ability. So this is level 1. What I've set up with is 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow cones and 1, 2, 3, 4 red cones. The yellow cones are on the outside, resembling a square. The 4 red cones on the inside are a smaller size square. Now what I'm going to set up with, I'm going to have one player here. I'm going to have another player here. I'm going to have one here, and I'm going to have one up here. So that's how I'm going to set up. I'm going to have 4 players on the outside. Now on the middle, inside this red box here, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now you can adjust obviously the size. You can add in more cones if you want to. You can replicate this session and deliver it at the same time with an assistant coach. You can have more players in the middle. It's how you adapt it and how it meets the needs for you. But this is a basic setup, and it gives some a session design around some technical work and passing and control work. So now I have my setup and I have my players set up how I want them to. I'm now going to go into black. So the point of the exercise is for every one of these players in the middle to challenge every one of these players on the outside. Now, they have to. The condition is, so what we're going to put is conditions. Okay. Conditions that they have to go through the red box every time. So if this player comes through the red box and makes a 1-2 pass with the player here, he then must come back through the red box and play out somewhere else. Now this is a really good opportunity for a 1-2, and then as the ball comes in, for this player who played the 1-2 to then drop his body and turn out through the box and play the ball out the other side. So there's plenty of coaching points in here to add in, plenty of unopposed work, plenty of opportunity to have touch and control, and all of these players are constantly working on a 1-2 basis. Simply pass, receive, then get back through the red box and flip out and make different movements to create lots of different passes. Now, what we're going to have to look at, though, and consider is obviously communication, so our comms, organisation, so we don't want too many players going to one player at one time, and we want to ensure that there's only one going at each time and that it continues to have that organisation. We're looking at 1-2s, left foot, right foot, and then we're just going to simply continue working within a set block of time, allowing us to really continue to work in this unopposed setting, which is really good for us to allow this freedom and creativity for players. So these are just some key considerations and coaching points. And then, again, this is a very simple, basic session design, really allowing you to get players working off the ball. They're able to develop their natural fitness, because there's plenty of off the ball movement. There's plenty of on the ball movement as well. So off the ball, what you could do is have the players on the outside with a ball instead, and then the players on the inside have to do a 1-2 with the player on the outside, and then run back through the box without a ball. But all the players in the middle are going to start with a ball each, so they're having plenty of touches and creating 1-2s. Now the players on the outside are also going to be calling. They're going to be looking to control the game from the outside as such, and they want to be making themselves heard and aware that they're available to receive a 1-2. Now you can set a challenge, so there's challenges in here of what you can look at is the number of passes completed by players on the outside, number of passes on the inside. Can they try and then beat the number of passes after you've worked in a set block? You could look at number of passes with your left foot, right foot, so that could be a challenge, especially for your lesser technical players. And then as you progress this exercise over weeks to come, that then transitions into a condition or progression as such. So you've got progressions, challenges, and this again, this is a great session idea and an exercise for you to really develop and adjust to what you need, and giving you just some basic ideas of what I ended up doing and adapting my session plan. But this was level 1 for me and how I wanted to start off. Now, I then progressed into level 2 following a quick break, and I had players on the inside and outside again, so exactly the same setup as you would. So 1, 2, 3, 4 players on the outside, and then we had 4 players on the inside of the red box, and that is what we were looking for originally. So all these players on the inside are going to start with a ball each. Now, what we're going to be looking at, the focus points on level 2 after a quick break or transition, okay, is again that touch, control, passing, and our technical work, okay. Now, the technical work all round is going to increase, because what I'm looking for, again, is going through the middle of the red box and then getting out and creating this 1-2 situation to then get back through the red box, then to cut through and then create a pass on the other side. Now, what you can add in, again, progression is add a defender in. You can transition this from being unopposed to opposed. So there's plenty of opportunity to get 2 defenders on the inside here. So you could have these 2 players here who could possibly become defenders. And as these 2 need to work out and create 1-2s, they're then opposed in the center of the red. And then as soon as they get out of the red, then they're unopposed, having that 1-2 freedom, and then they get back in, and it's an opposed situation, working, looking at them getting out, and again creating those 1-2. So there's plenty of challenges in the middle there. Now you can add in attackers, defenders, which is really good progression. You look at transition and progression from unopposed to opposed. So this is a really good exercise. But as I worked here tonight, again, this 1-2 element, it was a case of left foot, okay, right foot, still maintaining the work on both feet, okay. And then what I looked at was heading, so the players would then have to chip the ball up for a header, or they'd pick the ball up for heading. Then there'd be chest, control on the knee, then it'd be a half volley or full volley. So again, there's more work around this technical elements for all these players, especially in an unopposed environment, and it just got them working, and they had a lot of enjoyment and fun out of it. And it was great just to be able to observe the players and look at allowing them to become player led. So this session became player led. They had to communicate what they wanted, what the players on the outside wanted to receive, what the players on the inside were telling the players on the inside to do. So again, ensured and increased these player comms, organisation. There were again player challenges, natural challenges, which was really interesting and good to see all round. And again, I'd switch the players on the outside, so we'd work in blocks. So the players on the outside would switch with the players on the inside, and I had progressed from level 1 into level 2. So there's plenty here that we were looking at. And again, that natural fitness element is really important for us, because that's what we want the players to get. But this is just a basic session idea for you to take away. And I really enjoyed it, as did the players, and they wanted to continue working it. And it's not all the time we get unopposed practice designs, and I think working on this technical ability is always important. Now I know, like, there can be line games with heading, passing, half touch, a half volley, full volley, on the knee control, chest control, headers, 1-2s, catching, throwing, and all of that. But I think this just gets the players moving with the ball. So for the player in the middle, he could start with the ball, then get out, make his 1-2 with his feet here, and then as he gets through the box and goes out the other way, what he could demand here then is a header from the player on the outside. So he's consistently changing it on what he wants to receive, and consistently changing it for the players on the outside. So there's plenty of challenges throughout, and again, it's all focused around being player led, and you're just facilitating this kind of session, which can be important, facilitating as we get moving throughout this. So yeah, just again, I know I'm repeating myself. Basic session idea, basic design, and sometimes it's just back to basics, regardless for any age. And as you can see, there's plenty of objectives and outcomes within this session, which is really beneficial to us and the players, as it is in all sessions. So this is Coach Luca, the Reflective Coach Podcast. Just a quick little session exercise idea. Hope you take some information away, or ideas of your own and progress it. Again, always up to hear how you get on and network and share ideas. But I hope you take something away, and good luck in your coaching. Leave a like and comment, subscribe. I'm on Twitter and LinkedIn. So if you ever want to get in touch, that's great. But take care and good luck, Coach Luca.